hidden ground. Marriage between believers and unbelievers is forbidden by God in the Bible. Now, this is not an aspect of prejudice ama kudharau mtu. It's a concept of compatibility. What works for you? Because we don't marry to convert people. Marriage is not one formula of preaching the gospel. So therefore, know the religion and don't go blind. The next point that you need to know in your marriage issue, number 3, never use lie, deceit, or falsehood as a foundation of your marriage. Never use lie, deceit, or falsehood as a foundation of your marriage. Better say the truth and lose the marriage before you have it than to lie and get it and suffer forever. So, lie, falsehood, and deceit will always take away the favor of God, and it will haunt you in your life almost to the grave. If you are a girl and you have a child, tell the boy who wants to marry you, I have a child in PP1. Should he fume and go, so be it. God will provide for you a good man. The moment you hide it, then you sneak one by one in the 3rd year of your marriage. That is when you may even find your child being tricked by some cultures to be planned to be killed against your wish. So don't use any lie. Don't give your body that you get pregnant to be married, because the man will never trust you. If you gave it to me, who else did you give, and who else will you keep on giving? That's the question. And therefore, always go on the truthful journey, and God will give you the best marriage aside. The next point you need to consider is the level of education. Now, these are factors being considered. They are not saying thou shalt not marry someone who has not gone to school, because even those who don't go to school marry. The issue is what is compatible with you as such. You know, somebody once gave a story or an experience that I think there's a pastor, or I don't know who was this, a pastor or a kind of a professional. So the guy used to speak, and every time he was speaking, he would mention names like Mercy, Grace, Nehema, Rehema, Amani, Faith, and the rest. And the wife said, okay, this gentleman has many wives. And a side chicks. Kila wakati Mercy, Grace. Also, the man was just reflecting on the Bible terms. But because bibi hakuwa yenda shule, yeye alijua tu Mercy ni jina ya mwanamke, Grace ni jina ya msichana, without knowing kuna grace ya Mungu na kuna mercy ya Mungu. So when you marry people with that kind of gap, kuna kaibu fulani itakuja, na hiyo aibu itabidi sasa uanze kuwa na vale ama gap, muanze kutengana na ujaze huko mbele. I went to a meeting, a big meeting of leadership, church workers and county workers. And now most of us, actually all of us, were men who are employees, and therefore we came with our spouses who are our spouses. So they made a very funny arrangement that now it was the ladies to introduce themselves and introduce their husbands. So guys came, of course, some of us, some of the delegates married some very high-placed women. She came up and said, I'm so and so, and my husband is here. We love each other. And so the chain went. Then it came this woman who did not really finish Form 2 very well. And then she said, I am also Josephine and John. No, I think he didn't even say John. I am Josephine. And then pointing the husband, she said, I am Josephine, and she is my husband. And she is my husband. And the whole house laughed. The way we umeoa bibi bwana, alafu anasema ati she is my husband. Huyo pia anafaa olewe, lakini wacha olewe mahali Kiswahili inaongelelewa. Because truth be told, that man was haunted and traumatized. But then nowadays, there are some jobs you only get them if your wife or your husband qualifies to be employed in that company. So they will ask you, like, for you to be a VC of any university, you must have a minimum qualification of the kind of wife you married. Vijana, hii idea ya kusumbua wasichana hapa college, alafu mnarudi huko mnatarget mtu wa KCP ndio msumbue, alafu muoe, ishindwe kwa jina la Yesu. Yeah. Young girls, piga hawa vijana, push them, tell them you must marry from here. Can you say, girls, mbona muongei, you must marry from here. Yeah, muoe hapa. Yeah. So the idea of like you run here up and down, then you go back to some small remote village in Kabatonjo and get some girl who almost cleared a certificate of proficiency in class 6, and then you want to get that for you. That is a good lady, but she is compatible to somebody of that level also. I'm so surprised that I found a case where a college girl, a second year nursing, is dating some boy who can't even write hi. And this cheap idea of writing things like Nico, I mean, I'm coming, and then you write, I'm coming, coming, just like coming, I'm coming, you know. I mean, there's a class. I think maybe tomorrow, the following day, I'm going to address an educated love. So please, education is key. Have a bare minimum. There is a level you have reached. You are not so much advisable to marry somebody low. Of course, if it must happen, you must go through a serious counseling. Then we check and advise and give you a direction that fine, before you move on, work on this. So education is key. Even you are dating. You see, the way I saw a lady here who was dating some Yokali boy around here. And then she ate the guy's money for almost 2 years. First year, yote yakafieka. Second year, yote yakafieka. And the guy jumped in the village because he was telling his Yokali boys that now, Mimi, I have a nurse as the wife. The guy said, nimeweka, nimewai. So, you know, the young man was taking pride. Hata kama sikusoma, lakini nina akili, nimeweka nurse kwa box. Na kwa hiyo nurse aliingia kwa box. Lafu baada ya thadia, nurse akafikiria ni mchezo. Alipojaribu kupropose hiyo relationship ishe, she was the messy girl in this town here. Anytime this boy met her, she was beaten and the clothes that the boy bought were taken away. I remember she had to run all the way to a far country, Nairobi or so. It involved the intervention of the pastor talking to you and the dean and the school and the police station to allow the girl to come. You know, kama angedate mtu wa akili kama yeye, angempiga. Because men who goes to school don't beat girls. Yeah. If any man slaps you, then check what he got in maths in class 8. That man did not pass. Yeah. Anybody who passes well as a man has no way to beat a woman. Yeah. So young girls, don't be so much stupid that you are hooked and hyped in some kind of relationship which does not work compatible. Hata mambo yakiharibika, huwezi kuwa na ujasiri ya kuintroduce this to be your husband. You have a class to keep, and the class is given to you by God himself. And therefore you have the choice. No wonder God does not choose for us wives or husbands. I'm surprised there are some churches where the pastor dreams at night and says, I dreamt that you and you should get married. Tell him, let me dream also. Yeah. And you must dream 7 times. You will complete. All dreams to be complete, they must be 7 times. Hasa kama dream ya kuoa. So issues of marriage are not issues to joke up with. Education is very key. And therefore, don't engage in any romantic or social relationship with somebody so intimate to a point that you are sure this can't work. Check it out. And by the way, we have good men and good women, but we won't marry them all. So in terms of loving people, taking their contacts, take 1,000. I have 1,300 contacts in my phone, but I only have one wife. Na contact yake ni kati ya hiyo 1,300. So not all the contacts you have are marriages you have. The next one for ladies. For men, check if the girl you want to marry has the ability to manage homemaking activities. If you have this girl ambaye kukata tu mboga sukuma wiki, Kitambo mboga iishe, mikono pia imeisha, damu imekatwa. You know, that kind of girl is not fit for marriage. Huyo wacha aende kuwa actor. Yeah, aende act. Ile marriage ya drama. In real marriage, God made woman. Check the Bible. She can amend the clothes. She wakes up early, feed the children. So if you have this generation of girls who are brought up by maids and cannot do any simple thing, you are headed for a disaster. So men, check up that. Young girls, you have a responsibility to be a homemaker. Know how to cook some cakes. Know how to cook mushroom. Know how to cook kumbe. Shughulikia pia omena. I mean, get something to cook and learn from there. And it is the role of every person to learn what we call life skills. Know what is there. You know, I see girls, chana moja kwa niona yeye amekatwa tu kidogo tu na akisu. Then now she puts the hand like, where is elastoplast? Blood. Where is elastoplast? You know, I mean, we grew up where hata ukikatwa na kisu mbili unachukua